Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Tom McNamara. I'm showing you guys how to set up your calories and your macros. Now I'm going to jump straight into it. Before we jump into how to set them up, first off, you guys are probably thinking, what the heck is a calorie and a macro? So I'm going to explain them right now just to make it simple and easy for you guys to understand. First off, a calorie is essentially a unit to measure energy. Now it's exactly like centimeters and meters to measure length, but in this case, we're measuring energy for food. So all food is made up of energy, whether it's donuts, proteins, any type of food is made up of calories. So now that you know what a calorie is, we're going to jump to what a macro is. A macro is essentially a macronutrient that your body needs to consume in larger amounts. Now there are three major types of macronutrients, which include your proteins, carbohydrates, and your fats. Now for every gram of protein, there is 4 calories. For every gram of carbohydrate, there's also 4 calories. And for every gram of fat, there is 9 calories. Now, you would have also heard of micronutrients. Basically, micronutrients are the nutrients that your body needs to consume in smaller amounts to carry out its daily functions. Micronutrients are like your minerals and your vitamins that are essentially found in your whole foods, like your vegetables and your fruits. Now that you know what that means, we can basically jump into the process of setting up your calories. Now, with your calories, first off, we need to figure out what your maintenance calories are. Maintenance calories are basically defined as the calories that you as a person need to maintain your body weight. Now, this is the calories you need to consume to maintain your body fat and your muscle mass, so you're not gaining or losing, you're just maintaining. Now, there are quite a few variables that impact this, which come down to like your age, your body weight, what gender you are, your body type, your genetic makeup, and your expenditure. There are a few online calculators as well, which you can use, but for the purpose of today's video, I'm going to show you guys a simple and effective way to get a rough idea of what your maintenance calories are. So, what I want you to do, whether you're male or female, is get your body weight in pounds. So my body weight is 195 pounds. What I want you to do next is multiply your body weight by a number on the scale of 14 to 16. Now I'll explain that scale to you now. 14 is the lower end of the scale. So basically that's for people who work a desk job, who aren't really moving around all day, so they're not really burning many calories. Whereas on the higher end, near the 16, is for someone who's working outside, they're moving around all day, or they're just got a labor-intensive job and they need more fuel to fuel their body because they're just constantly burning calories. Now, you gotta choose where you are and where you fit on that scale. I'll use myself for an example. So, obviously I'm a gym goer. I go to the gym for a few hours a day. Also, I get quite a few steps in a day. So I'd probably put myself at the higher end of the scale. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna times 195 pounds. I'm gonna multiply that by 15.5. 3,023 calories is gonna be my rough maintenance calories. Now that we have that, I want you to do the same. Perfect. Now that you've done that, the next step is defining what your goal is. Now, you can go either two ways. You can go one way, which is where I'm currently going, where you're wanting to slowly gain muscle and weight. So if you wanted to do that, we're gonna have to put you into a calorie surplus, where we're gonna have to be adding a number of calories to put you over your maintenance calories. If you're on the other side of the spectrum where you're wanting to lose body fat and to lose weight, you're obviously gonna have to put yourself into a caloric deficit where you're eating and consuming less calories than what you're burning. So we have to subtract a number of calories from your maintenance, which is that starting point that we just figured out. So some people have different ideas and approaches on what they think is best and what rate is best to optimally lose or gain weight, where you're not, if you're gaining, you're not too high of a surplus where you're gaining unnecessary body fat, or when you're in a deficit and you're trying to lose weight and you've got your calories too low and you're aggressively cutting and you're losing unnecessary muscle. So my idea and approach is to gain or lose 1 pound of body weight per week. For myself, I'm bulking, so I figured out that in 1 pound of body fat, there is 3,500 calories. And because we're wanting to lose 1 pound of body weight over a course of a week, we're gonna divide 3,500 divided by 7 days of the week to give us 500 calories. Now, 500 is the magic number for us to either add or subtract from our maintenance calories that we worked out just before to figure out our cutting or our gaining calories. Now for myself, I had 3,023 calories for my maintenance, and I'm adding 500 calories because I want to do a lean bulk. That's going to give me a total of 3,523 calories. Now you do the same for yourself. Now that you got that number, what we're going to work out is your macronutrient breakdown. So what we're going to do is first is going to calculate the most important part, which is the protein. Is the most important because it's going to help you, help you recover from your workouts and repair the muscles when you're breaking them down. So rule of thumb is essentially anywhere between 1 gram to 1.25 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So for example, for my protein, I'm going to multiply my body weight of 195 pounds by 1.1 grams, which gives me a total of 214.5 grams of protein. Now I don't really like, the 0.5 grams, so I'm going to bump that up to 215 grams of protein. Now that's going to be the protein that I'm going to have for my daily intake. Now you do the same for yourself. Next step is to work out your dietary fat. So how much fat you're going to have per day. Now there's a bit of a scale with this one as well. So the bottom end of the scale is 0.3 and then the top end is 0.4. Now you need to work out where on the scale you are. Now the bottom end of the scale where you are at 0.3 is for people who love their carbs. They love carbs for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Carbs are life. You're having it for pre, for post workout, carbs all day long. If you're someone who's not really bothered, you might fit in the middle. And then the other end of the scale up to 0.4 is for people who love their fat. So you're a peanut butter lover, or you love having olive oil or any type of fat. You just love fats and you don't really care about carbs, and you'd be at the higher end of the scale. For myself, I probably fall into the middle, where obviously I love my carbs, but when I'm bulking, I like to have a bit of extra fat as well if I'm eating out and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go to 0.35. Now what I'm gonna do is multiply my body weight, which is 195 pounds by 0.35, which gives me 69 grams of fat. Awesome guys, so now that we've calculated your protein and your fat intake, all that's left is your carbohydrate intake. So I will add that obviously fats are necessary in order for your body to function, but with carbohydrates, I personally like having high carbohydrates because they definitely help with your performance in the gym and just help you fuel up your glycogen stores. Now, basically all that's left to do is your leftover calories that we haven't used for our proteins and your fats is gonna be what makes up your carbs. Now, we're going to do a bit of a calculation. This is going to be the most complicated calculation that we're going to do on today's video. What I want you to get is your cutting or bulking calories. So I'm going to use myself an example. So I'm going to use 3,523 and I'm going to minus, in brackets, my protein intake multiplied by 4. So in my case, it's going to be 215 times 4, close bracket, minus, in another set of brackets, your fat intake multiplied by 9, close bracket. So in my case, it's going to be 69 multiplied by 9. Now you're going to press the equals button, and that's going to give you the total calories for your carbohydrates. In my case, I got 2,042 calories for the total calories for my carbs. All you have to do is divide that number by 4 to give you your carbohydrate intake. So in my case, I got 510 carbs. I rounded that one down. You will get yours. So to recap, for myself, my calories are going to be 3,523 for a lean bulk. I'm going to be having 215 grams of protein. I'm going to be having 69 grams of fat and 510 carbs per day. Perfect guys, now you should have your calories and your macronutrient breakdown ready to go. The next step is to basically implement that. You need to be tracking your food and your weight for the next week and the coming weeks to see how your body adjusts. Now, as I said, this is just a rough estimate and guide just to see how your body reacts. It's a bit of a starting point. Say for example, you're someone, you try it out, you implement it, you stick to it, and you find that your body's either losing weight too fast or you're gaining weight too fast. Maybe you might have to make a few changes and drop back or increase your calories in accordance to how your body's fluctuating. Now, I'm gonna end the video there, guys. I really hope you did enjoy that. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. That's really gonna help me out. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and that notification button so you can stay up to date with my future videos. If you wanna see more videos like this as well, please drop it in the comments below. Otherwise, hope you guys take care and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.